Hello my friends and welcome back to another model railway review, and today we are reviewing something, or a loco, what I really like. It is Hornby's technically new Y14, a Great Eastern Railway Y14 number 564. I've had this on pre-order since January when it got announced, January 2025, and I have quite a nice story about this loco in real life, what I'll tell you probably after the intro rolls. But today also we are going to be comparing it to this little thing, what is a J15, what is very, very similar to a Y14, apart from a few little differences. I have a story on why I have this, but this is basically the old one, so this is 10 years old, and 564, what is this one, literally, like the tooling is the same, but we're going to compare them basically, because this is the new one, and that one is the old one. But without further ado, let's roll the intro. Right then, I don't normally do this, but I think it's worth it for this, because I've had this for a few weeks now. I've just simply not had the chance to make a review on it straight away. And I did notice straight away a few problems. Not big problems, but I think Hornby could have done a bit better on this, what would have taken a very short amount of time to fix. Over here it says GER class J15 number 564. Now GER class number 564, that's all correct, but it's not actually a J15, it's a Y14, because if they were in LNER and BR and all of that, it'd be a J15, so like this one, so this is correct. But for this, actually, it should be a Y14, and it's the same on here, and there's your code if you want it, R30407. Just something I thought I should point out. Apart from that, I think it's all fine. Yeah, just something I thought I should point out. Not a big problem, obviously. And I'm very happy Hornby have done this in this livery and brought it back, because it's a great tooling, really. But yeah. Anyway, let's get it out of the box. Same thing for this one, and we'll have a look at both of their details and have a little comparison. Right then, there we are. We have the brand new GER Y14 and the around 10-year-old Hornby J15 onto, well, we'll say the track. I guess it's track, but it's not the layout, obviously. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the details and what is different with both of these. So, starting off with the brand new Y14, as we can see, looks brilliant. One thing I will say while we're here is I was running this at the Model Railway Club I go to the other night, and this coupling did fall out halfway through running. Since I put it back in, it has been fine, but it's something I thought I should say. That might just be mine and a one-off, but something I thought I should say. Moving on. Moving on. So, at the front, we have some lamp brackets, what you can obviously put your discs and your lamps on. One at the top here as well. The hinges and the smoke box door open handle thingy are painted. That is good. That is what it is like in real life, preserved, because this is based off of the preserved Y14 at the Norfolk Railway. Over here, as we can see, moving on, we have a really nice bit of brass here, what I never actually noticed on the real thing, because I have seen this in real life before, as I'll get into later on. But that's nice. All the hand railing looks pretty good. I do know some people have had... Oh, that's not focused. I know some people have had some issues with the running board here, with it not being straight. Me looking at mine, I mean, obviously you guys can have a look as well, but to me, mine looks alright. So I think that I do know a few people did have some issues with theirs, but I think mine is okay. Over here, my camera focuses again. Yep, over here, there we go. We have the whistle, and I think those are the safety valves. You can't really see them, but I'm guessing they're the safety valves. Over here we have the painted on, or transfer, whatever you want to call it, number plate. To me, it's obviously not the best quality, just a transfer. In the pack, there are some, well, you call them etched number plates, but I'll admit they're not brilliant. I mean, for the price, this was £140, so a bargain really for a brand new tender locomotive. I mean, I guess it's alright, but I'm just going to keep mine like this, to be honest, until I get some, or I do have some actually, my own 3D number plates. Anyway, I'll get into that story again later. I said that 3 times now. Over here we have the cab, pretty good detailed cab. Bear in mind this is a 10-year-old tooling, just in a different livery, of course. I mean, if I come around the other side, this is very bad camera work, I know. Yeah, pretty good. One thing I will say is I know the reverser, I'm pretty sure what is there, if you can just see. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong colour. That should either be yellow or black. I can't exactly remember, but red is definitely wrong. But for the cab, that's the only thing I can really fault. Moving along to the tender. Yeah, very simple tender. Obviously, there are some brackets here, or actually blue. I don't know if that's what it is like in real life, but they're blue, I guess. And then over here we have where the vacuum pipe would be. That is a detail, it's just I've not fitted it, but if you want to, that is in the pack, and you can fit that to your own model if you'd like to. And of course it does have some sprung buffers, I believe. Yes, it does. Oh, there we go, very nice. And I think for the Y14 itself, that is that. Oh, and of course on this side we have the lovely air brake pump, what just sits there, what's been done very nicely actually. I do like that. Anyway, we'll have a brief look at the older J15. Obviously it's pretty much the same as the Y14, what we've just seen. That is simply because it is the exact same tooling. From my knowledge, there are only about 2 or 3 things different. That is, if you look very closely, the cab on the J15 is higher, if that's what you want to call it, whereas on the Y14 it's lower, different cab. That's exactly what it's like in real life, so great detailing there, Hornby. I know the chimney is different, so that's the J15 chimney, and then over here we have the Y14 chimney. That's the same as well in real life, so again, more great detailing, Hornby. And then the only other thing I know of is the whistles and the safety valves are different. So again, this is what it's like in real life. So you have the whistle there and the 2 safety valves here. And if you look at the Y14, Yeah, so you have the whistle there as it is on the J15, but the safety valves are basically covered. I think, to my knowledge, that's the only differences. If you know more, let me know down in the comments. Obviously, I know the different liveries and stuff and blah blah blah. But to my knowledge, with like mechanically, I think that's the only things different. Anyway, without further ado, let's put the new Y14 onto the track. Say goodbye to the old J15. Put this on the track, and let's see how it crawls. Right then, there we go. We have the Y14 onto the track. Now we're going to see how good she crawls. She has been running today, but she's obviously had a lot of running before this video, because I've had it for a little while now. So this should be how it is not out of the box. Obviously, normally I do most of my brand new reviews with crawling straight out the box, but this is going to be with a little bit of running in. So let's see how good it does. We'll see how good this motor really is. Okay, little bit of a fast start there, but there we go. Now it looks like that's stopped. It isn't, I think. Yes, that is very slowly going round. Wow, that is amazing. Very controlled. And yeah, as you can see, look at that. A bit stuttery there, but no, it's back to going quite slowly. No noise from the motor at all, but what I will say is at fast speeds it is quite noisy. But that is brilliant. Just go back the other direction. God, yeah, look at that. I mean, not as good as in reverse, I don't think, but oh no. No, still look at that. Yeah, definitely not as good as in reverse, but models barely ever are better in reverse anyway. That is fantastic. Look at that. Yes, that is beautiful. Absolutely love that. Now, what I'm going to go and set up its coaches, what we're going to have it pulled today. But while I do that, I'm going to, well, I guess have a bit of a story on for like a minute, because I actually have quite a big story about me and this locomotive. So you're going to hear that, and I'm going to go and set the coaches up. Right, hello. First time I think doing a voiceover from my new computer. So the story with the Y14 is obviously now it is awaiting overhaul at the Norfolk Railway, as it came to the end of its boiler ticket, I think at the start of this year or the start of last year. I cannot exactly remember, so I do apologise. But I saw it a few months before it went out of ticket in, I think it was October 2023, and I was very, very lucky to shovel coal on the Y14 at Holt on the North Norfolk, and from that I bought the old Hornby GER14, because this was way before Hornby had announced the GER Y14, and pretty much I took it to a place I get my stuff repainted. I got some custom made Y14 564 number plates made, and basically it was sitting in that shop for about a year, because to be repainted into 564. They couldn't get the lining, and it was just sat there for over a year, and this was now January 2025, and this was when Hornby announced their Y14.
564, and obviously it was only £140, so I quickly emailed the guy who was going to do it for me, saying, have you started work on it yet? And luckily he said, no, I haven't, I'm still awaiting the lining. And I told him, okay, I'm going to pick it up next weekend or whatever, don't start on it please. And that's when I pre-ordered the Hornby GER Y14 564, and and I think that was the best idea, because I had all the money saved up already, and just for a tiny bit more amount of money, because the repaint was going to be £100, to have the proper Y14 details on it, and way worth it. Anyway, I'll pass you back on to the Heath recording review. I don't know, that Heath from about an hour ago, because I'm filming this on the same day. Yeah.
Right then, there we go, it's coupled up. I thought it would be nice to, obviously it's a very grand engine. This exact one isn't a Victorian loco, but the design is Victorian. A lot of it's now scrapped, but a lot of its scrapped classmates were Victorian, so I thought it would be a very nice thing to have a Pullman, and it was already set up anyway from a few nights ago when the N-Class pulled the Pullman, so I thought might as well do it, it'll look nice. So let's get it on the way. Right then guys, I think we will bring the Y14 to a stop there. And well, there we have it. Overall, I would say this is a fantastic locomotive. You can get one of these, well I got this brand new off Hornby, not a retailer, brand new off Hornby, for £139.99 brand new on pre-order. You can get them from places like Versus Sheffield, all the retailers I'm pretty sure for about 125, and overall for that price, I mean, obviously it's a 10-year-old tooling and they're maybe not bang on up to date with detailing, but you have to admit, for that amount of money, these are just fantastic. And I've got to admit, sometimes I disagree with Hornby bringing back certain models back into a range that are quite old, but in my opinion, this was a brilliant idea to bring the old J15, change a few details into a Y14, livery it or give it a few different liveries. So I think there are a few normal BR black J15s and a few LNER ones and a few different running numbers and things. But we have to admit, this was the main one. This one here. It's the only preserved Y14/J15, I'm pretty sure, in preservation. Currently, if you don't know, it's under overhaul at the North Norfolk Railway. And that's, I think, where it will run once it's overhauled, but I think it'll be a little while. But you've just got to admit, it's a lovely livery, it's a lovely loco, and it's just a loco what suits any type of layout. I'm mostly a southern region layout. I get mostly southern locos apart from the odd one like this, and it just fits any layout. It's just so good. And for £125, £140, you've got to admit, it's brilliant. I had no problems with the front coupling this time coming off. I guess that's just a one-off. And yeah, I think that sums it up. Brilliant loco. Great deal really. 140 quid brand new. Yes please. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And well, with that being that, I think that is the end of this video. So thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you are new here, or if you liked the video and just what you see on this channel. And I will see you all next time.